Hi and welcome to Vicky's Precious Petals. Today's little adventure, we have, this is like a little vase or trinket holder. Probably put a plant in it, you know, something small. You have to drill a hole in it. But yeah, so if you look at the size of the head here, which has got all the flowers around it, and then the size of the body, okay, this point here is going to be an absolute huffing and puffing to get the mould off, and that's why I picked this mould. I see heaps of people going, what mould release do you use? I don't spray anything in my moulds. I did when I first started. I did try a mould release, and I actually think I've still got the can from about 20 years ago. Yeah, I can see it actually. Oh no, I can't. Yes, I can. Stoner's Rapid Release. Well, it marks all your moulds and puts spots on your resin. So that's why hence that can's still sitting up on the shelf. Then, you know, I tried alcohol and all sorts of things. Soapy water does the trick every time. You don't need all the other crap. So anyway, I reckon if I can get that off with soapy water and a bit of muscle power, I'll be doing really well. So I've got out some Colour Obsession colours. These are chameleon colours. Colour Obsession makes some beautiful colours. Purple, gold, green, green jasper. And this one is just, I think it's a nail colour that I've just bought off Temu. So you can probably see it changing colour there. So, first of all, I'm going to get this inside out. Alright, I'm just using a bit of muscle power here. Sorry, I've just gone off screen while I've tried to... Come on. So this is going to be cold. I'm just wondering if the person that actually made this mould has ever got it out. And I reckon I have seen these on different sites and they're different sizes and whatever. So I want to put the chameleon powder on the inside. And I'm going to have trouble trying to turn it back the right way without flicking all the colour off. Right, a bit of huffing and puffing that to go on. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around these different flowers and try to put some colour in there if I can. So you can imagine how long this is going to take me. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. So I'm putting it on with these little makeup sponges rather than a brush, because one, I'm going to have it everywhere, and these seem to burnish the colour in, I think that's the right word, better. So I'm really trying not to get it everywhere. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing there. So, and then I'm just going to get another colour. There's the next flower. They're a little bit hard to see what they are actually. Right. I'll get my hand in there. Okay, I'm going to knock one of them over. Okay, then I'm just going to keep alternating colours. Hopefully my fingers don't fall off between now and then. I want to get them all done. Oh, that's a pretty colour. It's not as rich as these, but quite pretty. It's really hard to tell what's petal and what's not petal. I'm thinking I've missed a bit on that one. I'll just go back. Rightio, I think you have all seen this now. I'll be back when I've finished on some more. Okay, that's all done. It looks pretty from this side. I used some chameleon glitter for the centre of the flowers. Now I've got it everywhere. It's all over the moulds. So what I'm thinking is when I mix up whatever colour I'm going to do, I'll just add a bit of that glitter in so it looks like it's meant to be there. I have tried to get it off and it just was not working for me. So now I've got to turn this back in the right way, which means I'm going to flick more glitter and get chameleon powder on my fingers. Come on. I'm trying not to put my fingers inside too much. This has just got to go back in. Okay. Rightio. What an ordeal. So, as you can see by the mess on my desk here, that's why I put all the paper down. And then I had just a little sneeze. And I've got the glitter was open. Now I've glittered my whole table. So I'm going to mix up some resin. I might use a deep pour, I'm thinking. Just trying to clean my mess up and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back with this super tight little lady's neck. That's going to be super interesting getting that out of there, I can tell you now. Anyway, that's what the job's all about. So I'm going to put some black in here. This is a new one. My favourite place, Art Tree Creations. I think it took me over 5 years to use the last tub. And there's still a little bit in it, but it's got a bit lumpy and I haven't had time to fiddle with it. Oh, come on. How do I make these things childproof? Thank you. I'm getting it everywhere and I haven't even got the lid off it. Get out. Oh my. Bear with me. I'm just changing my gloves because everything I touch otherwise will have little black dots on it. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Okay, I've got clean gloves on now. That is not black enough. Now this is a really thin resin, this Barnes Mega Pour. It's a 2-to-1 by weight. It takes 24 to 48 hours on a good day to cure. You've got heaps of work time with this stuff. So if you're doing like a deep pour with, you know, and you're doing flowers and you want to add all this embellishment stuff, this is the stuff to use. Comes up beautifully clear. I'd use this one all the time. Okay. So we're nice and black. Now, I have no idea what these chameleon flakes are going to do. Whether they'll sink, float, or they're pretty light. But this is pretty thin resin too. I'm just going to put the lid on that. Already had one accident with it this week. So I don't want the glitter in there to be overpowering because we've got all that chameleon powder on for the flowers. So I think that will be just nice. Like I spilt glitter about 12 months ago over there near all my glitters, and it still keeps coming out of things. I've cleaned up over there and I've wiped everything down, and then you pull something out and here it is on the bottom of it. How does it get there? Like graphite grease. Anybody that's ever used that knows how much that spreads. And how hard it is to get off anything. I think I'll move this before I get that all over me as well. Right. Okie dokie. Let's see how we go, people. So, I'm really thinking that those flowers are like bubble heaven. Squidgy widgy. I've got to stop watching Steve McDonald because it gives me too many ideas. Same with Daniel Keeper. I've taken up a new hobby. Right. This all started because I've seen a lady do some wire wrapping, and I thought her jewellery was lovely. So I thought I might have a little bit of a go with that because I, you know, looking for something a bit different. Is that in there? So that hence to buying different wires. I didn't buy like heaps of anything. Is it going in there? Come on. So when I say I didn't buy heaps of anything, I bought a roll of this and a roll of that, and then a roll of something else, and then I bought a few rocks. And then I thought, why don't I do my own rocks? Seriously, Vicky? Okay, so now I've got a rock tumbler. So I'm tumbling rocks. This is to go with my wire wrapping. Pretty happy with the first one I did. Okay, there's no laughing because I think I've got the first one I've got here next to me. I do. The other one I'm actually going to sell. So this was my first effort. She's a bit off. It's sort of, yeah, I'm a bit wild here on the ends. Now for the laughing, she's a bit wild on the back. But I'm keeping this as my very first effort. It's not a for sale jobby, that one. Like, I can't imagine anybody wanting to buy it anyway. But, you know, you never can tell. But, yeah, it's not all that crash hot. So, I suppose it's in the centre, so that's a start. That's about all I can say. But the next one turned out pretty good. You know, I thought it's the same style, because I'm just watching this lady and doing all the beginner stuff. It's like starting resin all over again. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This was really hard to measure when I measured it as well. Because when you wanted to tip the water out, it wanted to go every which way but the right way. So, guess who's going to mix up a bit more resin? So this takes a bit more than 250 mils that I measured. Yeah, when I tried to tip it, I filled it with water and then I tried to tip it into the jug to get a measurement. But it sort of went all over the place because when you pick this up it squishes. So I kind of guessed at how much I'd spilt. I'd obviously spilt more than I thought. This doesn't want to sit. Doesn't look like it's sitting level. Level that way. And level there. Down here. Oh, maybe not much. There's the hair. Might be the paper, because that's all about as thick as it is. It's out. So, it must be the mould. Because I can see that that side is deeper. Like, not deeper, it's actually shallower because it's tipping this way. So if I put that under there, like that. Am I closer? And now it's shallower just here. So that means that, like, when I pull this out, it's not going to sit level on the table or whatever you sit it on. That's a bit annoying. It's a bit like the lid I tried to do on another job I was doing. And the lid, because it was all squished in the packet, it was all wonky. It's definitely shorter. There, the centre bit, these bits here seem to be right, but then this is elonged out that way. Nothing much I can do about it. No. Okay, I need to mix up a little sprinkle of resin. Okay, I'll just mix it up and then I'll just come back to you when it's ready to get out of the mould. I think I don't need you to see that one little bit happening. Okay, this is all cured now. So let's see if we can get this baby out of the mould. Okay, we've got some sanding to do, I know that much. Edges are rough. Right, so this is going to be a big stretch. What we're going to do, put a little bit of soapy water. This is just soapy water in a squeeze bottle. I have it on my work table all the time. So I'm just breaking the seal down the side there and move around. Do that same thing on the other side because this is going to be tight. So it'll be a little bit of a struggle with this one. That's why I picked it. Right, yeah. So I've broken most of the seal in this part here. Still haven't broken it up here. Let's see if we can already do this or not. Okay. The paper's moving everywhere. Come on. Keep on, baby. I'm just going to get rid of that because it's making everything slip around. There we go. Who said it wouldn't come out? Oh, it's pretty. All a bit I can see is. Okay. And we can see we've still got that seal on this side over here. Just going to add. Got a couple of air bubbles in there. I thought we did a whole lot of squidgy widging. That's the worst of these type of moulds with lots of indents in them. I just had a shower. And there we go. Well, she's a pretty little thing. We might paint some lips on her. The flowers look lovely, and all this has come up really cute in the centres. It has dropped into the centre here, which kind of adds to it. Let's get over there. I'll just clean it off. I don't know to give her if I need to give her lips or not. Or do we? Yeah, what have I got that I can do it with? It's not actually a red in there, but it needs to be pretty glossy. What about if I try this pink? We'll just see. I can always wipe this off. Yeah, might go this end. Oh. I haven't quite got them square. Not square, but even. And I've got an air bubble, you can believe it, right on her lips. I may be able to fill it with a little bit of. Now I'm just going to let that dry, because sometimes if you keep going over it when it's wet, it actually takes it off, if that makes sense. So I think, I don't know, can you see that as lips that I've just done on there? But I think she's pretty cute, all in all. I've just got to do this, and then what I'll do here is I'll get a very fine pen out and put some resin over her lips so that doesn't come off. So just for newbies, let's see. Oh my god, this is just a little box that I use continually. I'll read that in a minute. In here are some really fine, somewhere, I'm sure they're in here. Hang on. See how fine that is? I don't know from in focus, but I've got some other ones that are even finer. This one I've already had in resin, but so that might just do the job. But these other ones I've got are eyeliner brushes. I bought a heap of them. They're somewhere. They're probably on the bottom of this box, I was thinking. And you can always use something like that. These are just silicone. They're called silicone brushes. They're not really a brush as in that, but you use them like a brush with your resin. Aha! I knew I had them in here. Just put this back in my little junk box. There we go. So I can do that. What I'll do is I'll just wait till that dries properly, then I can use this brush to go over her lips. And we'll be all ready to go. And if you're a new person or just starting out, this is called a deburrer. Don't tell anyone, but I stole this one off my husband. Because you can do steel with them if you got a good quality one, like this one here, which is Milwaukee. But he wasn't using it. He doesn't even know it's missing. I've had it for quite some time now. So you can go around and take all these burry bits off, just like this. This is just something I see continually asked, because I'm on a series of Facebook groups. How do you get rid of the sharp edges? So I used a deep pore resin here because of the length, how thick it would be, and it shrinks. So what's happened is that shrunk back, but it's left these little edges on it. I'm just zipping around, doesn't take long, take those off, and now I will get some wet and dry out, just sitting behind me. Probably run around it with some 600 or 800 to start with, just to get those really sharp bits off. There's still a fair bit on there. Let's take it down a bit lower. You setting level? Yep. Alright. So with my sandpaper, okay, this is a box that I keep just my sandpaper in that I use all the time. I do have others, and then as I'm cleaning out the rubbish, you know, like old bits, I can renew them. So that's 3,000, that's will be there for a month. This is 800, I think. Yep. So these, I just get these at the reject shop, you know, your dollar store. This one, I used to be able to buy really good ones, and I was actually seeing them with these things. These ones here, all these are good for, is this. They're like they're useless. This, I don't know where the stuff's supposed to be on them, but they do a nice shine. You still can use that bit for a shine, but the rest of it's pretty useless to me anyway. So, same soapy water. I'll just do that. And now see how I am right on the edges. Like this. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm just right on the edge. Like this. Now I will go around that a couple of times, like this. So this doesn't take me very long to sand this down. I've been doing this for, I don't know, years. Okay. Now you can, if your ridge is really high, but be careful, so you could lay a big piece down. Oh God, come on, got a big piece in here somewhere. Like that for instance. What is that? That's 400. So you could do this. I'm not going to do this. But see how I can, or if those edges are high, and you'll see, because edges are still up high, I haven't actually touched the centre. That's just a bit of, I'll just wipe that off so you can see. I haven't scratched the centre here. All I've done is worked on that edge. But you have to be really careful, as once you get that edge down, you're going to start scratching this, and then you'll be top coating or polishing forever. And polishing forever is not in my vocabulary. I've got too many other things to be doing. I know some people love polishing. I don't. So, I've got this down to a fine art, so I don't have to be doing it all night. I can move on. Now I don't do this if I've got resin poured. So if I've got wet resin in the room, or moulds out that I'm going to work on, tip them upside down. And the one I just pulled out of here, she's just sitting there, and I should have turned it in the right way and turned it upside down. And it's best if you do keep this a little bit damp, so it stops the dust from going up. This is resin, don't forget. Get nice there. But what I'm going to do is just add a little bit more water, soapy water, push it onto the edge here, like that. And that stops it from being so in the air. When I've finished this, like I could do this with this 400 or whatever I've got here in my hand. Feels like 400. And you won't even see where I've been. I will go around it with the finer one, just to make sure. And then I go the other way. So, it's getting a bit warm. Okay. This is 800. And I'll just put a bit of moisture on there. Just like that. And I'm going to go down this way this time. So what I've done is I've come up that way, and now I'm going down that way. So see, I am not touching this part here. I'm only doing the outside. And then I will probably come back and do that. Give it a wipe. And this. And that feels lovely and smooth. Now you can still see there is a bit of a lip still there. Now I could take that right off. I could top coat that, fill it up, or I can just tip it up and set it down like that. Okay, because it's on the bottom, it's smooth, it's not going to scratch anybody's furniture or cut anyone or anything like that. You can put a bit of felt on it if you don't feel comfortable with that. That is job done for me. And the lips are dried. I'm just going to go over them again. Sometimes this might take a few coats. You're better off just doing one at a time. Just soon I've got them even. Not quite. So when I UV over them, we'll fix that piece in there at the same time. Okay? She's cute. I think that will be an easy seller at the markets. That will attract, I'm thinking, like teenage type people. That's just my thoughts. It could prove me wrong. Could be, I could sell it to some bloke for his daughter, I'm thinking. Okay, guys, thumbs up. Any questions, please leave a comment. I will help you wherever I can. Okay, I'm not here to make $1 million, or I wouldn't be doing this. So I'll catch us all later. Bye.